And I wanted
Um,
to go ahead.
yeah, hold on a minute.
Yeah, you're fine. Well,
What do
I
you think
wanted you
about
to
the
come up.
divested community, sweetie?
Okay, so
Because
what do
I
I
am
think?
100% divested, thanks to Kevin Samuels, thanks to Minister Japp, thanks to all of the manosphere. They're waking Black women up, and I am ecstatic about it. And I do have a preference. Actually, I don't have a preference. I actually prefer white men. Um, and it's just making that even stronger. You remember the girl Average at Best?
Mm-hmm.
She's with the white guy now. This is thanks to Kevin. I am ecstatic about it. So he's helping further the movement of divested women. And I'm just, I'm celebrating. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you
Was I going to
called
get a
up.
chance to land there, or do I just kind of fall back?
Well, hold
Because
on, because
I
I
just
want to
kind of.
talk to her for a second. Because again, I think it's
Okay.
important to have these conversations. Because she did tell me that she was divested and dates white men, and
Yes.
you said it's because of Kevin Samuels. Explain that a little bit more. Is it because of him, or did you have experiences with Black men? So it can't just be him.
No, I've
Because
had
you
all,
didn't date him.
I've dated a few Black guys and I had good experience with them. But just hearing the talk, hearing what they're saying about Black women in general, just hearing and watching what they do, and just the tension between Black women and Black men out in society. When I see a Black guy, we literally look at each other and discuss. Like, he can probably tell that I'm divested. And I can probably tell that he listens to, the manosphere. So it's just furthering the cause. And like I said, I don't support Black love. I'm not into that. So it just makes me happy.
Okay, and Raphael, you agree with her?
Yeah. Thank you, Raphael.
Yeah. Because
Okay, so
we don't
Raphael,
base that. We don't. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm
do
listening.
you date Black women?
That's all I ever dated. Just till I moved out here in the burbs. The first little pink toe tail I didn't got. I didn't always had Black women.
Excuse me, I think this is my exit. I think
Okay.
this is my exit.
So yeah, Raphael, we can talk about women respectfully. The pink toe, we don't have to go there.
What's I said white? Okay, well,
That's not.
yes,
They're
yes,
still
ma'am.
women.
Okay, yes, ma'am. I date Black women. Until I moved out here in the burbs, I've recently dealt with Caucasian women.
Okay. So conservative Black woman, I have a question for you. So when
Mhm.
Fresh and Fit, when they were saying this about Black women and how Black women are ratchet and ghetto and annoying,
Mhm.
you understand you're a Black woman, that would involve you.
Well, yeah, what he's looking at is like the Cardi B culture and society today, and like the music and all of that stuff. But they know better. They know that all Black women aren't like that. But it's like, why do we look at Fresh and Fit? He's going bald. Look at Fresh. Look at Fit. They're not handsome. They're quite unattractive. Like, most of the guys in the manosphere look like O'Shea
Hold
Duke.
on. Hey,
I mean,
bald
like,
men,
none of
bald
them are
lives matter.
handsome.
Hold
Like,
up.
why? Why
There
do
you
we?
go.
I
Speak up
don't
for the
know.
boss. You see, I see this dog.
Hold,
See,
No,
hold
we
but
ain't
y'all
bald
are
headed
on,
always
now.
hold
talking
Hold
about.
on now.
hold, please. Okay, hold on.
They're always
Conservative.
talking about weave and all of that stuff. We need to talk about bald heads. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm not going to go there right now.
That's not even close to the same,
Okay,
sister, at all. That is legitimately
Well, we're
hereditary.
talking about what's on top of people's heads. That's all you guys talk about in the manosphere. You
Yes,
talk
yeah.
about Black women this, Black women
That's
that.
not all that men talk about. One, it's a billion
That's
dollar.
all I ever
It's a
hear.
billion
all
dollar
right.
industry.
The
Well, then you're
Black
not in the
manosphere
rabbit
is a
hole enough.
billion
You
So
dollar.
only focus on the
hold
popular
on. Let's
people. They
not
again,
over talk.
if you
I really want to have this conversation, but it seems like it's turning into something interesting. So I definitely want us to say what we have to say, but let's be respectful if we can. And
Okay.
conservative Black woman, again, coming from the divestment community, I'm going to
Mhm.
assume you listen to Cynthia G.
I do.
Okay, tell me
Yeah, go
what
ahead.
resonates to you when you listen to her. What resonates?
The fact that we need to stop having sex with black men. I've already stopped having sex with black men. I don't have sex with black men anymore, and haven't in a few years. But yeah, just stop getting
Same thing
pregnant by
Fresh and
black
Fit
All right,
men.
said.
Raphael, bruh, one more time. I gotta
All right.
chill.
Same thing Fresh and Fit said. Okay, I'll be quiet.
Chill out,
Stop
please.
getting pregnant by black men. Stop having sexual encounters to avoid pregnancy in the first place. Because when you deal with black men, you end up a single mom, and that's the truth. You know, I resonate with some things that she talks about, but I'm not sure if she's fully divested. That's my only, my only beef with her, because I don't think that she's fully divested, and that's frustrating for me, because I'm like, you have all this information about black men, you know that they're what they are. Stop dating them, stop entertaining them. But I think she's on her way, so I'm giving her a little bit of time to decide what she wants to do, but I think she's on her way to fully divesting.
Okay, Derek, do you have anything to say or any questions? I see that you looking a little. I don't know if it's
No,
disgust.
I mean, not really.
I
have a
do.
question.
Yeah, go ahead, Eugene.
Considered black woman, you mentioned that you did have some good experiences with black men, right?
I have, yes.
Okay, so when you're going with that, you're a white man, uh, you actually like that particular man, right?
I do. I like white men in general. I like the way white men look. I love blue eyes, blonde hair. I love Nordic features. I'm just going to be honest. I like it. I mean, there's no self-hate here. I mean, it's none of that. But what's wrong with saying I like the way white men look? I do.
Oh,
I
so,
like their pointy little noses. I like all that shit. I mean, I'm just being honest. You got to be honest.
yeah,
I mean, so
Okay.
that's why I'm not mad at Fresh and Fit. I mean, they can do it, but look at them. I don't think any black woman should get mad because Fresh and Fit doesn't want them. I'm serious. Like, just look at them. Just take a good look. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
But anyway, go ahead.
Let me
I got a
get
question.
brother Clarence and Pablo. I know you got something to say.
You know I did.
Yeah.
I know you do.
I just want to ask a question. So how are you going to deal with the problem of the competition for white men when you fully divest? How are you going to deal with the competition? Because you're jumping into a pool where you're very much going to be at the bottom of the list of competition. So, I mean, I'm talking about for long-term relationships. Obviously, sexually, yeah, they will have sex with you, but I'm talking about for long-term relationships. I'm assuming that's what you're saying. You're wanting to have a long-term relationship with a white person, and so how are you going to?
I'm in a long-term relationship with a white person.
Okay, all
I've been with him a long time. Yes.
Okay, so how would you suggest black women, because most black women are not able to overcome that high competition for white men. So what would you suggest?
Oh no, that's changing. That's changing because I'm into fitness, and I'm at the gym. I see black women doing their squats. They're in there. Hold on. They're in there working out. They're in there doing all kind of stuff. So they're understanding the assignment. All black women have to do is get fit, because underneath all the fat is an amazing body. Black women have some of the most amazing frames. So once they melt all the fat away, they have a banging body underneath. And that's what we're coming to grips with. Like, black women are finally getting the message.
But
So
the math doesn't
that's the
add
thing.
up.
Like, white men love fit women. I have no problem attracting white men. They approach me all the time.
I know. I said you don't have a problem getting them to want to have sex with you. That's not going to be the issue.
No, just like I don't have a problem with black men wanting to have sex with me. That's not the issue either. That's not what.
Okay, well, let me lay out the issue, the mathematics of it. The black woman can only immortalize the black man. You cannot immortalize the white man. If you have a baby with a white man, that baby's going to be black. So you cannot immortalize this
it'll
man.
be mixed.
So how are you going to get around that? Huh?
The baby will be mixed. When you have a child with someone outside of your race, biracial.
of them don't want mixed
Okay,
babies.
let me get Pablo in there because I know that he agrees with you, conservative Black woman, and I want to get Yellow. I want to hear his take as well too.
Yeah, how's the panel? Hello to everybody on the panel. Appreciate you.
Hello.
I am known in the YouTube space as Pablo Frescobar. I run a channel for American Black men married to foreign women. Let me say this. I agree with conservative Black woman in this sense. This is not a 1960s pre-civil rights Jim Crow era America. You're not going to be able to socially engineer people's attraction, people's choices in dating, people's preferences, whatever it is. And it just seems to me like a old. Some of this talk sounds like some pre Jim Crow segregationist era talk. It's terrible to say to another Black woman, no one else could possibly find you attractive but us. And it's conversely repulsive to say, oh, Black men, nobody could ever understand you like me. No, we are whole, full, complete people. Okay? And other people can fall in love with us, find us attractive, all kinds of myriad of things. And so if conservative Black woman has a preference for European men, God bless her. My feelings are not hurt. My ego is not bruised. I am a adult man with my own desires, choices, and abilities. I got an amazing wife here at my house that is not an American Black woman.
I'm not.
So
But let me
Hold on, Brother Clarence. Let him finish, please.
So why in the world would I get in my feels and start bombarding her with questions about what her baby gonna look like and all this and that? I want my partner to share my values more than my skin color.
So you date out Pablo, right?
That is more important to me than some collection of genes that's about 1/10 of 100% of the human gene pool. So so I'm with her on the sense that she has a right to her choices, and we need to get to the place in Black America where we're not bombarding people for their choices, because you're not going to socially engineer it out in this era. Okay, so go ahead, I'm done.
Okay, Courtney, can I respond to him real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, and then Yellow, you're next too.
Okay, now I wasn't saying that she shouldn't date. You should date whoever you love, no matter what color they are. That's not what I'm saying. She came on and said she was doing it, and the primary reason that I heard her give was that she got pushed into doing it by listening to Kevin Samuels and other manosphere people. So that led me to believe that it was being done out of spite. Now, if you really love somebody,
no, not really. White guys are hot. It's not out of spite.
Sis,
I'm sorry, babe.
I'm just going with the impression you gave me based on the way you started your conversation. So that led me to believe that it was being done out of spite. Okay, if you swirling out of spite, then how are you going to maintain the level, maintain that spite to help the relationship? That's where I was coming from. I don't care what color it doesn't matter to me what color you are. If you want to go date somebody that's other color, that's fine. But it shouldn't be out of spite of us. That's why you're going over there, because 1 or 2 or 3 different people talking about Black women, and now that's the leap that a lot of Black women make. Oh, I heard Kevin Samuels, so now all Black men feel this way. Not necessarily so.
You don't feel the tension in the air when you go out in public when you see Black women? We're not getting along right now. Like, you don't see that?
I see that, but I see that is That's
You
a
don't
deeper
feel
thing.
it? I feel
that's
it. It's
what,
it's really thick. The
it's a
tension is
deep,
really thick
The
okay, but it's
tension
a,
between whom?
between Black men and Black women. You don't feel it, sis? And see,
Just
you're
on
their
what do
preference.
you, but here's
You're
the
light
thing.
skin. You probably don't get it like other Black women because well, you're a beautiful girl. That's why I was like drawn to your channel. I was like, damn, she's hot. No homo, but I was like, wow, what is she talking about? But yeah, you're probably you're their preference. So it's like you probably don't feel it like other women feel it. You know what I mean? Especially darker skinned women. The tension is really thick between Black men and Black women. I mean, there's no reconciliation as far as I'm concerned. I'm not interested in healing. I'm not interested in trying to figure out why the Black man is so angry. I'm not interested. I've lost complete interest.
Remember,
And it's a
Courtney.
beautiful thing. It's freeing. It's liberation. Like, I don't care. Like, it's the craziest thing. And it makes me so sad to see Black women who actually care, because there's some Black women who still care. But even Jessica Garner, the girl that was average at best on his show, she's with a white guy. I mean, like I said, it's just helping to push Black women away. And I've already loved white guys all my life. I already thought they were hot all my life. So it didn't just start because of Kevin Samuels, but it just helps. You know what I mean? It helps Black women free themselves of the burden of being Black male identified, if that makes sense. I'm
bye.
sorry.
Oh, Brother Clarence, I don't know if you're saying bye, you leaving, or telling her
No,
bye.
I was being facetious to my sister.
I'm confused.
Good
I'm like,
luck
well,
to her.
bye. Get off the-
No, good luck to her. May she enjoy it.
Let me ask you.
Me?
Hold on, before I get to y'all, let me ask you, conservative Black woman. If
Yes.
if I asked you, give me 3 adjectives when you think of a Black man, what would it be?
Angry, dangerous, and unreliable. Just 3? Okay. No, I'm just playing.
All right.
And if she feels that way,
Is
if she feels that way, she shouldn't date Black men. Yeah, if she feels that way, she should not date Black men.
Right.
I don't think she
I
should.
don't need your permission though. Like, I've already freed myself from the burden. I'm saying I'm glad that other women are doing it. That's all I'm saying.
And I salute you. My point is that, listen, you're not going to rid someone of their hurts or ideas about who you are or aren't, by trying to shame them or berate them or tell her how wrong she is for choosing for the reasons she chooses. Whatever the reason she chooses is her reason. And I am not of the mindset that I'm gonna tell her how much she hates herself. No,
Brother Pablo.
Wait,
Brother
you know
Pablo.
what?
No, it's not self-hate.
Hold on. No, it's not. Yeah. So
self-love.
It's not necessarily about shaming. Again, like I said at the beginning, your preference is your preference. My issue is when it becomes your preference, then makes you degrade and diminish people that you don't prefer. So that's my issue.
Mm-hmm.
So
I am not degraded nor diminished by her choice. How am I degraded or diminished by her choice?
Okay, so when she calls Black men dangerous and unreliable, those are negative connotations to Black men that I don't agree with.
Not
and
if
we're perpetuating that. If we're perpetuating that on platforms, i.e., Fresh and Fit, and it making other men that's not been around Black women and might see us in a negative light in media, and then you have Black men perpetuating the negative stereotypes, then it becomes a problem for me. And that's why I'm on this platform, to break away those stereotypes that shouldn't be negated with Black folks. Black men they are reliable. They are good men.
Some of them are
reliable. No. I am reliable. I am reliable.
Yeah, some of them are. Like I said, both of my exes are Black, and they were very reliable. We had some of the best times together. It's just they don't make that breed anymore. And I feel bad for women that are trying to date today. Like, this is what we have to choose from. This is what y'all have to choose from. Like, it's really sad. So, you know, even the young girls, like in high school, like they're even divesting. Like, they're realizing there's other men in the world. You don't have to be so black male identified. You don't have to just worship the black man and his chocolate skin and all of this stuff. That's fine, because he's not going to worship your skin. So just kind of separate yourself. Break the trauma bond is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Let me get Yellow. You've been waiting. Good to see you
I'm
again. Let me
sorry.
get you, Catherine. I know I'm a wild lady. I know you got something to say.
Yeah, I want to say something too after that.
Okay, Yellow.
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yes,
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. First I'm gonna say good evening to everybody. Good evening, chat. Good evening, Courtney.
Hello.
So basically I'm here to kind of say, like, what are we showing everybody tonight, y'all? Like, okay, I get what the conversation is. Like, all right, it's a preference, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, everybody who's saying that a preference is your choice, that's your choice. But what are we showing people tonight, bro? We showing people the whackness on both sides. We ain't even talking about the people in the middle who actually trying to get it done. All we doing is focusing on the extremes. We want to focus on fresh and fit and they dumbass rhetoric. As much as we want to focus on the divested women and they dumbass rhetoric.
It's a response.
You know
The
what I mean?
divested movement
It's
is
like,
a response.
yo,
That's
if
all.
we gonna call them out on both ends. Shorty, I really ain't trying to hear nothing you gotta say, because the second you want to sit up here and act like y'all ain't over there calling for the termination of black men, I really ain't even trying to
It's
hear
a
you, shorty.
response.
Like,
It's
for
a
real.
response. Sorry.
So
You
would you
respond to
feel
this. Respond to this. Speak the
what?
truth then. Respond to this. Speak the truth. Because hold on. Because your preference is one thing. Your preference can be one thing. As a black man, please date who you want, black woman. But at the same time, when you start to saying that you want to terminate black boys, that's when I look at Pablo crazy. Because you want to sit up here and hear what they saying. And that's when
Well,
I look at the other light
I
skinned
don't
dude
really
crazy.
believe
Because
in
as
abortion.
another,
but
shorty, I ain't trying to hit you.
stop
I ain't
getting
trying to hear
pregnant.
you. I ain't trying to even hear you. I ain't even trying to hear you. I ain't even trying to hear you, because
All right.
you dabbling in something. You dabbling in something that's gonna be destructive to you, your future. Damn who you like. Damn who you with. You got brothers, you got cousins, you got a daddy, you got an uncle, you got all of that. And then women that you want to run up behind and preach their teachings is the ones that's out here trying to preach for the termination of black men. Go tell them why you don't want to have a black son, because they telling you to terminate them. Don't sit here and half truth the story like, oh yeah, I'm just dealing with, no. It's a hatred. That's the difference. That's the difference with Fresh and Fit. They speaking it out of ignorance and hate, but it's no different from the people who want to be like, from the
There's more
divested
than
women who
Fresh
want to
and
be like,
Fit, though.
yeah, because of Kevin Samuels, because of Fresh and Fit, this how he is. No, y'all are sick. You're sick. I don't care. And this ain't even no disrespectful stuff. This is the truth. You are sick, ma'am. You got a problem with yourself. You talk about Courtney being the image. You look just like her.
What?
You talking about
He's
she's preference?
saying
You
y'all
look
both.
just like her.
He's saying y'all
You
both
got
black women.
you got self-hate, just like them dudes got self-hate.
It's not
Stop
self-hate.
giving
It's
these.
self-love. It's preserving
You
black
ain't no
women.
better than the people you
Humanity.
talk about.
We need
That's what I'm saying.
humanity.
Let Yellow
You
speak.
are
I'm gonna
no
get
better than
Catherine.
Fresh and Fit. Fresh and Fit ain't no better than any of the divested chicks sitting up. Shorty, I ain't trying to hear you. I'm not trying to hear you. As long as what you believe in, bro, what you saying ain't no different from what the Ku Klux Klan be saying, bro. I ain't trying to hear what you talking about. I ain't trying to hear what you talking about. You want to know why? Because there's been so many black men that died for you to have the right to say the dumb shit you saying.
Facts again. And when it
For
all
real.
go down,
I don't care if you was a troll.
and when it all go down, we gonna be
care
the
if you
men
are.
protecting y'all. When it go down, y'all gonna need us to protect y'all. Ain't no other man coming to protect y'all.
Really?
That's a fact.
All right. Let me
Courtney,
get
I'm about to
Catherine
log off.
on.
Can I say one last comment? And then
That's
I'll
a
just log off?
fact.
Okay.
Ain't no protection coming from no other man.
All I
Hold
have to
on,
do is
hold
That's
on.
a fact. You ain't got nothing to say. A
Oh.
black
Hold on,
woman, a
Derek.
black girl that looked just like you got killed by a white boy a couple weeks ago. That's a fact. Ain't nobody protecting y'all. At the end of the day, when this shit get hot and we got to see who's who, everybody gonna match up with who they supposed to, and y'all gonna need black men to protect y'all. Trust
But
me.
black men have already announced that they're not going to protect us. So
What
do
are you
mean?
talking about?
So,
Okay.
They've
hold
already
on.
announced that they're not going to do that for black women. So we're looking
Hold on,
elsewhere.
hold on.
Okay.
Conservative
I hope.
black
Hey,
women.
hey,
Derek.
hold on. I hope you save whatever. But when stuff pop off, don't come back and be like, we ain't protect y'all. Y'all not protecting us.
I missed that meeting. I wasn't at that meeting, so I don't
Yeah.
remember.
I'll be protecting my
Because
wife
when you
and
go
my
off and do
family.
your own thing,
Okay. Hold on.
I'll be
Let's get
protecting my
some more
wife and
people
family,
in.
not randoms.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
Courtney, let me
Catherine.
just say my last comment and then I'll log off.
Okay.
This is
we need a lot of help.
This is for conservative black women.
Okay.
The first
Hold
thing I
on,
want to just say to you is I'm not gonna come with the same energy. I'm a black man, obviously. I've been pretty successful in my career. Things have been pretty good.
Good
I've
for
been
you.
married for a while to a black woman. So and like I said, I know that you said that you've had many experiences, and you based on the three I guess items you mentioned: the angry, the danger, unreliable. I just want to tell you from my standpoint, if there's been more men that are like that you've met, I'm one of them that's not like that. Okay. So I'm not angry, I'm not dangerous, and I'm definitely reliable. Right. So I just want to say that. I do hope that you are happy where you are, because I don't believe on forcing anything to you, but I do hope you are happy, right? The last thing I want to say is
Ecstatic.
as an individual, always keep yourself open, because you never know, you may be having the best experiences in your life and you end up finding that one black guy that you were always looking for, and you'll find him at the right time, at the right age, and it end up clicking to a point where everything works perfectly. So the only thing
Oh
I'll
no, I
probably
had
say is keep
that.
yourself
I
open.
had a great black man. He was
Just
great. I
completely
messed
have
it
an
up. I'm
open
not gonna
mind,
lie.
and not completely just exclude black men in general. But definitely, as long as you're happy, I don't have a problem with that either. We already don't have enough black people getting married, so as long as you're going for marriage.
Yeah. So what Cynthia G says shouldn't bother anybody. Like
Okay.
it
All right.
shouldn't bother anybody.
Let me get
Right?
Catherine. Hold on, because let me get Catherine and
Go ahead, babe.
Olawale.
Hi, good evening. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Good evening, everyone. You're looking beautiful with your new hairdo, Courtney. I'm loving the color. Yeah, I just wanted
She is beautiful.
thank you. Just wanted to comment on the main topic that has been that I noticed that was at least the name of the stream that has to do with being racist by having your preference. I wanted to say that I believe that everyone is entitled to have their own preference and nobody should be forcing preferences because, I mean, we're individuals. However, the problem that I see is when we are demeaning other races and particularly the Black race, which I'm very proud of being a part of and I'm very passionate about. So it really hurts my heart. I had to kind of like jump in and give my perspective, which is my opinion. I don't want to force it on anyone. Everyone is entitled to their own beliefs, but it's really sad for me to see, so much division between us, in the sense that, again, if we like who we like and we have different experiences, that's okay. But why are we going to elevate another race just because we choose to date outside? That's the part that doesn't make sense to me. So, for instance, specifically with the fresh and fit situation, I saw maybe a couple of hours ago as well, there was a post in Instagram from this. His name is Joe Biden, I believe. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. And he was actually very upset as well because they had like a clip in which Fresh and Fit were like, they were by themselves. They didn't have the ladies on the panel, but they were like talking about Black women and they were using derogatory terminology. They were saying things like, yeah, we don't deal with the Browns. We're not night riders. They were saying all type of things that were very offensive. I mean, why do you, I don't see what's the need to say that. If you don't like Black women or you don't deal with Black women, then that's all you should say, right? Like, why you need to say, use those type of terminology. I don't think that's constructive. I think that's divisive, and I think that's definitely racist. So that's what I wanted to say. And just to tell my sister here, conservative Black woman, I'm happy to hear that you're happy, with your new lifestyle and the choices that you're making. But just consider, as you mentioned before, you met amazing Black men. Like in your own words, you said like your two last couple were great. So
Yeah.
it's good for you to like, based on what you were saying, there are good people and bad people in every race, right? So we don't want to demonize or even campaign for other Black women or younger girls to look for other races. Like, why? Because this was your experience. Unfortunately, maybe you haven't had the best experience, although you did mention that your last two relationships were good.
But don't you see that in general, as a collective, what Black men are doing? Like, aren't Black women tired of colorism? Aren't they tired of Black men saying she'll look better red? Or I'm tired of it, and I'm not even really at the receiving end of it, as far as like, because I'm not super dark or whatever. It's just, the thing is, I feel a certain anger and a certain rage when I hear that kind of talk. And it's like, it just helps accelerate the way that I think. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty far right, and it's due to all of the vitriol that's going on within the Black community. And I'm not sure who to blame right now. Maybe it's just me. I don't know, but I'm just tired of it. And I know that other Black women are tired. Black men are not the only men on the planet. Why do we subject ourselves to only them? Like, it is race loyalty. I was race loyal at one time, even though I used to love other races, but we got to break the trauma bond. Like,
let me
getting us nowhere.
Let me
That's
ask
all
you a
I'm
question,
saying.
conservative.
1-800-HELP.com, shorty. 1-800-HELP.com. 1-800-HELP.com.
No, help
For real.
is getting away from
1-800-GET-HELP.com.
Black
Wait a
men
minute.
as a
Hold on.
collective.
If we can chill out, because I want to ask conservative Black woman a question, and then I want to hear Omawale speak. So
and when I get a chance, sorry to interrupt you, Carney, I would like to respond to, because I did ask her a specific question. So
okay, no problem. Conservative Black woman, you said you were quote unquote race loyal, meaning you only dated Black men. What changed?
Well, I've always had a preference for white men and other races, but now that's all I date is non-Black men. I don't deal with Black men at all. But I've always had a preference for them. I've always realized that there's other hot people on the planet other than Black men. But it's just, what changed is just, Black men have the audacity to like tell us who we can date, even though that they date out. Like every time I go out, I see a Black man with an overweight Becky. Like it's funny, and they try to they go out of their way to make themselves visible to Black women that aren't even paying attention. Like I was on the cereal aisle and there was a Black guy that walked up the cereal aisle with him and his Becky, and they were trying so hard to get my attention. It was so funny. And I left the aisle. I was like, they're crazy. You know what I mean? And this is a common occurrence. Like, this is what they do. So it's like, I just think that Black women need to even the playing field. You know what I mean? Like, I'm serious, and it is happening. So
okay, Catherine,
so
go
that's
ahead.
what changed.
You had a question.
Thank you. No, I just wanted to tell you so that you can actually see me, conservative Black woman, when you mentioned about colorism and the different preferences for the Black man. Like, I understand your feeling, and I can definitely validate it. However, it doesn't. My recommendation or my suggestion for you will be, don't let that make you become like someone who can become like bitter or have a general negative idea about an entire race of people, because there is a lot of Black men who love Black women of all shades. I can be yes to that. And again, I'm not telling you go ahead and like Black men again. I mean, that's your decision. What I'm just saying is that keep in mind that we shouldn't be all placed in a box. And at the end of the day, self-love is something that comes from within, not from what anyone else, because you're not going to be every one cup of tea. I know there are people who doesn't like darker women, or some people doesn't like light shade, or some people doesn't like black women at all. I'm okay with that, because I'm not for everybody, and I don't like everybody as well. So just.
But aren't you tired of black men making the announcement that they don't date dark-skinned women? Like, aren't you sick of it? Like, it's crazy. Like, aren't you tired of, black men doing that to you? Look how beautiful you are. Do you know that you will be considered the last resort, the last choice? You know what I mean?
To answer your question, that's
absolutely beautiful.
So
it's not your experience. You sure? Because
hold on, let me say something real quick. Let me say something real quick, and this is just, I'm gonna say this to the chat when someone is asking, why do I have you on the platform, conservative, or why am I not checking you? Because this is not an echo chamber. That's why. Because this platform is for resolve, but we can't resolve if we talking all like-minded here. It's important to get other perspectives and to see where they are coming from and where the hell we're getting it wrong. Do I agree with conservative black women? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But do I think it's important for her to say what she has to say because there's people that think like this? It is. And it's important that
more
black
than
men
just
hear
me.
it as well. It's important that black men hear women like this as well too. Because again, all black women are not the same. You have 3 different black women, 3 different perspectives, 3 different looks. But Fresh and Fit over there would tell you all black women this and this. We're not.
Right.
So this platform